Hello my friends, and welcome back to the rabbit hole, and welcome to my video covering week number 2 of the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty Spring 2023. So upon editing last week's video, I realized that might have actually been the longest video I've ever posted on this channel. We're gonna try to make today's a little bit more snappy. In case you missed it, we go over every item that is in the sale for the upcoming week, and there are timestamps and links for every day in the upcoming week. So again, hopefully it's a little bit of a quicker video than last time. By the way, totally picked these hairpins up from the Ulta clearance section. Well, the Ulta sales section. I love the Ulta sales section. I find so many goodies there. I feel like we can just go ahead and dive right in. So let's start out with Sunday, March 19th. We have the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Foundation. Listen, this is a huge classic for good reason. This is a high coverage, definitely more matte leaning foundation, but it's very high quality. You know, what's important to me in a foundation is that it's easy to work with. It spreads nicely on your skin, it wears well, it doesn't do the breaking up through the day, sinking into the lines, all of that kind of stuff. And that's what Double Wear doesn't do. It's a good solid foundation. Now, you're probably gonna like it more if you do have an oily skin type, which is why I no longer have this foundation, but I respect it. You know, it's one of those where, in spite of my own skin type, I respect this foundation. It's a good one. And in fact, I will tell you, if you don't mind the extra effort, you can even mix this with other moisturizers, with other primers, and make it more dry skin friendly. It's a really good formula, is what it is. And a great shade range. I gotta give it to Estee Lauder. They've actually always had a good shade range. Moving on to the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Ultra Slim Retractable Detail Pencil with Spoolie. You know, I had actually never tried this until very recently. Ulta sent me a little mini of it, if I can find it. It's a tiny mini. I don't remember what gift with purchase bag this was in, but anyway, it showed up and I thought, you know, I've heard so much about this, I might as well try it, even though I don't personally like buying from the brand anymore. This is a very creamy brow pencil. It's so funny. I thought most people don't like that. I thought people like the stiff formulas. But you know, I guess it always comes down to personal preference. Really quick side note, I will tell you, it's fine. It's fine. I see why a lot of people do like it. I've heard the spoolie breaks off though, which is one of the biggest reasons I've never bought this. But I will tell you, I'm working on a video of my absolute favorite makeup products, and I truly have a holy grail drugstore brow pencil. Listen, I'll give you a spoiler. It's the Joa Precision Brow. It's fantastic. It's a good in-between of the creamy and the stiff spectrum here. It's great, and it's always affordable. Not that I will ever be a brow expert, mind you, but just in case you wanted to know of some more affordable and really good options. We have the Kiehl's Since 1851 Midnight Recovery Concentrate. I think that this is a fine product if you can use essential oils. It does have some lavender essential oil in it. What's always bothered me, and I know that this is totally personal preference, but for me, in a product like this that does have some rosehip oil, I just kind of want to see those, you know, really rich in fatty acid oils higher in the ingredients list in place of capric caprylic triglyceride, which is a cheaper oil substitute that a lot of people just prefer the feel of. That's why a lot of high-end brands do use it. But then it always makes me perturbed in terms of the price. You know, I'd rather get a high quality oil personally. So anyway, this is all to tell you, I think it's fine, but I would never personally buy this again because I think The Ordinary's rosehip oil is good. No, you know what's even better? The Good Molecules rosehip oil. That is an incredible rosehip oil that actually uses that form that technically has retinoic acid in it. Not that it's a replacement for retinoic acid, but it is in that form of rosehip oil. And then we have the IT brushes for Ulta Select brushes. This is strange to see as a first-time steal, but then I looked at the list and realized, oh, I've never bought these. I guess they've never been 50% off. Don't get me wrong, I like IT brushes for Ulta, but I will always buy them at 50% off or more. You know they can get even less expensive in the Cyber Monday Black Friday deals. Anyway, we have the Airbrush Tapered Powder Bronzer 150, Precision Shadow Brush 112, and Soft Focus Blush Brush. I was kind of trying to figure out if that's similar to the Show Your Pride brush, which I do have. But the brushes themselves are high quality, and we do have more this week. This is not the only day for IT Cosmetics brushes. It is wild to me that this day has so much on it because of these app-only beauty steals. There are a ton of products this day. This is a great day to cash out points, by the way. However, I don't really typically like app-only deals. I don't like this idea of you have to download an app. I don't like that you can't get cash back. Anyway, that's why I actually kind of try to cash out my points on these app-only beauty steals or app-only deals. But let's quickly go over them. We've got a lot, again, to talk about. Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder in Light Catcher. I think this is the shimmery option, which I've never tried. I don't really like shimmery in my setting powder personally. I think that this didn't actually do all that well, which surprised me because Laura Mercier's powder was a big hit. Feel free to comment if any of you have tried that. Kate Somerville Eradicate Daily Foaming Cleanser. I have tried this. I do like it. It's a little drying as a cleanser, but it works. It works if you are looking for a sulfur-containing cleanser. Sulfur is another option to help you, anybody that deals with acne. The Fresh Sugar Recovery Lip Mask. Have tried this one as well. It's nice. Personally, my favorite lip products are Grande Pout, which has been in this sale before, and the one from Alpen Beauty. But this is nice, and let's see, $14 in the sale. It is nice. It's a nice, very hydrating lip mask. That's a good price on that one. Teami Blends Hibiscus Infused Vitamin C Serum. I took a look at the ingredients in that one a little earlier. It is an ascorbic acid-based vitamin C serum, but it does also contain some fragrance and essential oil ingredients, which again, some people can use. But personally, I do have other vitamin C options that I like a bit more, including, of course, you know you've heard me talk about it, the Geek and Gorgeous. We have Perricone MD Select products. Let me take a look at these real quickly. I'm definitely wearing one of these today, the Photo Brightening Moisturizer SPF 30. So I will again have a video soon on a much longer experience with Perricone MD. I do like this sunscreen. I shouldn't say sunscreen. It is a moisturizer with sunscreen in it. As long as you make sure that you are applying enough of this, you do get the full SPF of 30. Remember that 2-finger length. That's the catch. With moisturizer, people often under-apply, so always make sure you're applying enough. This is titanium dioxide. This is actually the reason I didn't want to recommend this too heavily in the past. I wasn't sure if titanium dioxide was good at protecting against UVA, but more recent research has shown us that yes, it can be formulated in a way to protect from both UVA and UVB, and it is not drying. So the truth is, I actually really like this. And it does look like it will be kind of white, but it looks like it will be pinky peachy, but it does actually blend out quite nicely. Probably just do a chop in this video to speed things up, but yeah, you can see it's nice. It's a very cosmetically elegant, nice daytime moisturizer. Again, SPF 30 isn't enough for everybody, but it works for me when I'm, typically indoors. The High Potency Classics Hyaluronic Intensive Moisturizer. I'm not sure I've tried this one exactly, but I have tried the High Potency line, and I do not like how strongly scented it is. Let me know if any of you have experience with that specifically. And then the Growth Factor Firming and Lifting Serum. The thing with the Growth Factors is again, we're starting to see K-beauty products release good options that contain growth factors. Haru Haru Wonder just came out with one that is, it is so good. The Dermaflash Mini Precision Peach Fuzz Removal Device and Refills. I'm actually kind of tempted. If I do end up doing a points haul, I might grab this because it's the mini. It's less money. It's the same concept. I'm considering. Let me know if you all have any opinions on that product. Urban Skin RX Pro Strength. Have not tried this. Looks like it is a moisturizer. Oh, this actually has pretty nice ingredients. It's a very, very simple formula. But I like that. That means less irritating. That actually looks quite nice. Oligopeptide 68, a brightening peptide. I'm gonna read through some of those reviews and contemplate this. Let me know if any of you have tried this. Last item in the app-only deals are these OPI press-on nails. I haven't tried these specifically, but I do like press-on nails. I think they're great. I think they've come a very long way from when I was younger and you'd put them on and they would just immediately fall off. Am I showing my age with saying that one? We've come a long way with nails. Monday, March 20th, we have Smashbox Select Primers. I used to be such a big fan of Smashbox's primers, but as you know from last week's video, I have a new favorite primer. You saw it, Euphoria's. I think what's nice about Smashbox is not only is their original classic silicone-based primer, one that will probably work for all skin types, but they also have a great variety. I pulled out again another sample of the Photo Finish Control Mattifying Primer with salicylic acid. Yeah, I did a matte look today. Can you believe it? I talked myself into this one. I thought, well, you know, if it is coming back, let's see if I can still pull it off. I actually put on highlighter. So that's the secret. If you go all dewy, you don't need highlighter. If you go all matte, you do in fact need highlighter. You need some amount of dimension. Feel free to share if any of you are big fans of the Smashbox primers. We also have a very exciting item on this day, the CosRX Master Patch Set. Now, this is very interesting because you're actually getting 90 patches in this one. I have never purchased this set exactly, although I am going to try to catch it in this sale. I suspect this one might sell out pretty quickly. Anyway, I do have the more standard ones. How many come in a pack? This is 24. And listen, these work great. I'm a big believer in hydrocolloids, especially if you deal with whiteheads. Specifically, whiteheads. Acne patches will help you so much. And CosRX has great overall affordable ones. These will be, again, a great price in the sale. I will tell you though, I got the 24 pack for about $2 on Stylevana. If you're okay with long shipping waits, you should check out my Korean retailers comparison. I'm definitely going to try to grab these on that day. I think that's a great price. We have the Stila Heaven's Hue highlighters, which this feels like such a throwback. I remember this existing, and I remember wanting it, but there were just so many other products on the market at the time that I never got around to buying it. Do any of you own this? Is it still great? I was just going off about highlighter a moment ago. Is it still a great product? You know which one I'm wearing? The MAC Double Gleam. So, you know, oldies but goodies definitely exist. Kopari's Sun Shield will be 50% off. This is a body sunscreen, and it is one of the most beautiful body sunscreens I've ever seen in my whole life. It's like a beautiful body oil with a wonderful scent to it. It does not have any kind of a white cast, and it definitely does look a little greasy, but it's part of the appeal, I feel, with this one. It's got that beautiful beachy smell to it. Now the thing is, this isn't made for your face. It is made to be a body sunscreen, so you will want to make sure to have some other face sunscreen. Do keep in mind this is a chemical sunscreen. That's why you see absolutely no white cast with it. So if you are able to use chemical sunscreens on your body, you may enjoy it. I am personally, I'm able to, in a pinch, use them, but I'll feel the stinging over time. I already feel it on my hand, actually. That's just because I have allergies. Again, a lot of people don't. My own sweetie can use this, and she says it's beautiful, and she loves how fast it is to apply. Then we have the Nudestix Nude Screen Daily Mineral Veil SPF 30. Sorry, I have no idea. Again, I've talked about this before. Nudestix is in a lot of these sales, and I just never buy them. Never. If any of you are big fans of this, or if you hate it, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Okay, I feel like we're speeding along in today's video. Moving on to March 21st, we have the Beekman 1802 Milk Drops Ceramide Serum. Now, I do have the smaller size of this, and I will tell you that I don't hate this product. It is nice when it's nice, but something so strange that I discovered with certain Beekman products, this one included, also the Bloom Cream, is that they kind of slightly irritate my skin when I use them too soon after using a retinoid. How ridiculous is that, and also how ridiculously specific is that? But yes, that was absolutely my experience. I did try the Beekman brand, and I don't know what to make of this. This has never happened with other products. But again, when my skin gets along with it, it goes great. It's utterly perplexing, and it did make me understand how if you look at the reviews on some of these Beekman products, you will see people saying, this just irritated my skin so much, I don't know how anyone loves this, 1 star. And then you see other people saying 5 stars, it's the best product ever. Somehow I actually had both of those experiences. It just related to retinoid usage for me. Wild, right? Wild. 50% off the Urban Decay Cosmetics 24/7 Shadow Sticks. I've never tried these, but I love shadow sticks. I'm really into them these days. I love the convenience aspect. There's so many fun colors out there, but I haven't tried this one specifically. Then we have the Bareminerals Gin Nude Powder Blush. You know, I actually grabbed a Bareminerals blush today thinking I have this, but I realized I have the Bounce and Blur. Did they actually discontinue this? I haven't seen it on the Ulta website lately. It was such a good blush. It's so pretty and natural. I don't know about these, but I will say Bareminerals is a good brand. They're probably quite nice, as always. If any of you have tried these, feel free to comment. And then we have a very exciting section that you're not going to want to miss, women-founded select skincare. I am telling you, Ulta hides some of their best beauty steals in these kind of collections of items. You got to make sure to click them and just see if you have any favorites in there, because I do. I do. Before I get to that, let's quickly talk about everything else here. The Juice Beauty, a couple products from that brand. It's all right. I guess I get why people like them, but not my favorite brand. Meaningful Beauty, never tried. Beauty Bio, the eyeliner concentrate, still haven't tried. I feel like I've heard a lot about Beauty Bio, and yet just haven't tried much from them yet. And then the Kiehl's Soul Care Let Me Glow Illuminating Serum, that'll be $13. Let's check out those ingredients real quickly. A face serum in a sheer golden tint that complements all skin tones. It does have some rose water pretty high in the ingredients. Niacinamide Squalane Amethyst Powder. That's a bit surprising to see. Some oat flour. It looks okay, I guess. I'm not incredibly blown away by the ingredients list, but I guess if you're looking for a serum that will also give you a tint and some niacinamide squalane oats, yeah, it might be nice. But what excites me on this day is my beloved Indie Lee Coenzyme Q10 toner. I love this toner so much. It feels so luxurious to use. It is so gentle on your skin. It's one of those antioxidant-rich formulas. So again, it's one where don't be surprised if you don't see a ton in terms of results, but you will kind of notice with consistent use of this, healthier skin. It's one of those things that I feel like it's kind of hard to describe, but yeah, your skin just starts to look more radiant, more healthy, from within. Which again makes sense when you have good antioxidants in your skincare routine. And it's a mist. Beautiful, beautiful mist, beautiful glass bottle. And $18 in this sale, that is really hard to beat. That's a really nice toner for $18. Absolutely one of my top picks in this whole sale. I use it in one of my skincare routines. It's also in all kinds of my favorite skincare list videos. And then we have the First Aid Beauty KP Smoothing Body Lotion with 10% AHA. I've never tried this. I did try the scrub, but I never tried the body lotion. Feel free to comment if you have. Wednesday, March 22nd, we have Jaclyn Cosmetics Sunbathe Pressed Bronzers. Yeah, so I finally do understand the Jaclyn Hill thing. It took until the small business thing. I just wasn't seeing the shadiness. I feel like the problem is I wasn't that into Jaclyn Hill. I just kind of, watched occasional videos because she was a great teacher, and that's what I took home from watching one video every 4 months. But stealing the name of another small business, that's really, to me, a sign of character that just made me go, I don't want to buy anything else from this brand. And I have, mind you, I have. But that's when I understood her true colors there. But again, that's just my own personal opinion. Moving on to the Origins Ginseng SPF 40 Energy Boosting Tinted Moisturizer. I did try this in the past. The only catch with the Origins brand is that they use a lot of scent. Now there is an item that I am very tempted to get on this day, the Lift Tinted Hue Stick Multi-Sticks and Correctors. I am so blown away by their sunscreen that I want to see what else this brand is capable of. Let me know in the comments if any of you have tried these. And then another one of these where you're going to want to click through. You're going to want to click through and see everything. We have Black-owned brands, lots from Juvia's Place, which again is a very affordable brand. So 50% off. Oh, these are going to be wonderful price points. Some of you may also know I have another makeup favorite right here on this day, the Uoma Badass Icon Matte Lipstick. I have a lot of these. Yeah, I have a lot more than just these. I'm wearing Coretta today. Very beautiful. These are such high quality matte lipsticks. Let me grab my most recent one, Diana. I haven't torn into this one yet too much. They're just really beautiful lipsticks. It does have the magnetic closure. The one thing I try to make sure to say with these is that while I have never personally broken the lipsticks, I've heard quite a few people have. So make sure you have a light hand, but they're so pigmented that I feel like you don't need a heavy hand. Again, these are my favorite matte lipsticks of all time. I think what it is, you know, I'm really picky with matte lipsticks. I have dry skin, I have dry lips, and so I'm picky with matte lipsticks. But I think what it is with Uoma's lipstick is that there's a lot of pigment. And then we also have the Beauty Stat Universal Pro Bio Moisture Boost Cream. I finally bought this. I like it. It's not my absolute favorite moisturizer. What's interesting about this, let me grab one of my scoops. What's interesting about this, sorry, you're just gonna have to continue to see the lipstick swatch for a moment. This is a very, very silicone-rich moisturizer, so you actually don't want to use a lot. You want to make sure you use just a little bit of this product, and it does sink in nicely. It does spread incredibly nicely because it's very high in silicone. But I also feel like it's just not the most moisturizing. It's not, you know, the least either. It's one of those in the middle moisturizers where I think most people will say, oh yeah, it's all right. The catch for me, and I've talked a lot about this, is that when brands aim for the middle, you end up with very few people that hate your product, but I feel like you also end up with very few people that are just passionately in love with it. But I will say, it is a nice fragrance-free option. Typically in the 21 Days of Beauty, I feel we don't see a lot of fragrance-free products. This is fragrance-free. It does have a gorgeous ingredients list, has some ceramide, some hyaluronic acid, some bifida, although I wouldn't count on it as a bifida product personally. It's a nice non-irritating formula that, again, I don't think anybody will really hate. Okay, last product on this day is one that I have a lot of feelings about. Apologies in advance. It is the Foreo Bare Mini and the Foreo Serum. It's so funny because I actually really like the Bare. I think the Bare is great. It feels a little bit stronger than at least the old NuFace. It is enjoyable to use. It's got the T-sonic pulsations in it, which it does add to the experience. And yet the Bare shocks me. Not in a good way. Not, whoa, wow, you're so nice. It bad shocks me. Which doesn't make any sense because Foreo has this whole claim with their products that it has an anti-shock system. Why do I get shocked every stinking time I try to use this little thing? And listen, if you're wondering, is it unpleasant to get shocked? The answer is yes. The answer is indeed yes. Now, what I don't know is if this is a me thing. I don't know if my device is funky. Maybe there's something off about mine, but that has been my experience with this. I love the Bare. If the Bare was in this, I would say it's a great option. The Bare Mini, every time. Just tried it again the other day to see if this is a life thing, if this is always the case. Yes. I also really dislike serum because I think it is absurdly overpriced for what it is. I have explored many other serum options out there by putting my little multimeter to them and seeing if they carry a current, and yes, the most basic, the ordinary hyaluronic acid serum carries a current. You know, Zip has a really expensive gel, but I can't even be mad at it because it works really, really well. It stays on your skin. Serum doesn't. It's just like using a less expensive hyaluronic acid serum, except you're paying $60 for it. Who wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that. I feel like Foreo has to hate me at this point. I really do like some of their products, but the Bare Mini, it fills me with rage every time I get shocked. So, you know, it's been accumulating in my little soul over here. Moving on to Thursday, March 23rd, we have Lancome Renergy Eye, Night, Day, and Triple Serum. Now, I cannot tell you much about Lancome. The brand does not work for me aside from Bifacil, which I love. But otherwise, it just doesn't work for me. I don't know why. I don't know if it's something in the fragrance or what, but it doesn't work for me. And I'm not mad about it because it just means I don't have to buy really expensive products. As always, y'all can feel free to leave your thoughts. Feel free to share if you love or hate these products, as always. Next up, Meilles Cosmetics is back yet again to haunt me. The B-Flat Belly Firming Cream. Look, here's the problem with this. We are not there in terms of the science to say that there are any products that will firm the skin. We may get there someday. We may, but we're just not there yet. And I also feel, and I don't know if this is just a me thing, but I don't like the messaging from this brand, you know, be flat. Again, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it's my psych undergrad degree, but I just feel like be flat is a bad message. There's nothing wrong with having a little bit of a rounded tummy. You want to know something? I don't talk that much about being a nutritional scientist because I may have become slightly jaded about especially certain aspects of the industry, but I will tell you this. My favorite podcast is Maintenance Phase for a reason. Urban Decay Cosmetics 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil. I feel like I've failed myself so much. I could tell you a lot about the eye pencils, which I love, but I've never tried their lip pencils. I have so many Urban Decay lipsticks, never bought their lip pencils. I bet they're good though. I do have a sneaking suspicion that they're probably really good because Urban Decay, again, is great at lip products. The Dr. Brandt Pores No More Pore Refiner Primer is back in this sale. It's another product where you want to tap it into your pores. That's the principle here. You kind of push it into your pores so that it temporarily fills them, which makes it so that when you come in with your foundation, it has a more even surface to lay down upon. Pore filling primers work when you apply them in that way. The tapping motion, it's game changing with all of them, whether it's the Dr. Brandt or the Benefit Porefessional. And I did such a double take at this next one, Lime Crime Matte Velveteen Lipstick. So these are the lipsticks from like 2015? These were so big, they were so big, and you had to order them direct from Lime Crime, which was fine for a while until it sure wasn't. Y'all remember that scandal? It was so long ago. Anyway, these are, they were some of the better matte liquid lipsticks for sure, but they're still kind of drying. It's the nature of them. Yeah, they don't budge unless you eat a muffaletta. Maybe speaking from experience there. As long as you don't eat oily foods, yeah, they do stay in place, but they're drying. That's the trade-off. Friday, March 24th, we have another surprise deal from Peter Thomas Roth. What do you want to bet it is? And then we have the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Now listen, I, again, got another sample of this. I have used this on and off for a long time. I used it today, and I feel like I've never understood both the absolute love this product sometimes gets and also the hate. This is a love or hate it mascara. I feel like I'm just kind of neutral towards it. It's very volumizing. It does deliver on those claims, but I do always have to use a spoolie with it, a second spoolie afterwards, or it gets really clumpy. It can also smudge a lot or flake through the day rather. It helps a lot to do all of your makeup, put on your setting spray, and then do your mascara. That helps so much. And I find that if I do that and if I brush it out, I don't hate it, but I also don't love it because it's kind of extra work, right? We have Clinique Happy Eau de Parfum in this sale, which I've owned on and off since 2002, maybe? I like Happy, but I just feel like it's so mentally stuck in the early 2000s for me. I know that early 2000s fashion is back. People are, for some reason, remembering the early 2000s as a great time. I don't know about that. Anyway, I guess I would say I do like it, but it's always strange for me to wear because it just instantly transports me back to the early 2000s. I wish I could tell you more about it, but I get so mentally stuck on that. Smashbox Always Sharp Eyeliners. I'm happy to see these. I actually really like these. So what these are is it's your standard eyeliner, but you twist the top, and every time you open it, it auto sharpens itself. Actually, it's when you close it, it sharpens itself. So you are never dealing with a not sharp eyeliner. Do you know how nice that is? I'm somebody who I sometimes will try to use eyeliner that's not sharp. Just because I'm running late, you know, is that a me thing? So these are really nice because you never have that problem. You never have to sharpen them. And listen, they're great quality, beautiful eyeliners. Wearing this one today. Yeah, they're excellent. The Murad AHA BHA Exfoliating Cleanser. This is fine. It's an alright cleanser. I would say this is something to maybe consider if you don't already use AHAs elsewhere in your routine. If you're a little bit sensitive to them, it can be nice to use these in a cleanser where you get just more of a gentle experience. This is something I talk about in my hyperpigmentation routine. Murad's isn't my absolute favorite, but it gets the job done. It does get the job done. And then we have the Bobbi Brown Crushed Oil Lip Gloss. Listen, Bobbi Brown knows how to make makeup. They are incredible at lip products, incredible at almost everything. I actually really like the Bobbi Brown brand. These are beautiful lip glosses, gorgeous flattering colors, gorgeous finish, very, very comfortable, actually feels hydrating, lasts a surprising amount of time. You know, the thing is, Bobbi Brown is a little bit more expensive as a makeup brand, but I feel like it's worth it. I don't always feel that with some of the just, you know, luxury companies like Valentino makeup or even honestly some of the Dior makeup, but I always feel it with Bobbi Brown. And then finally, the Crepe Erase Ultra Smoothing Neck Repair. So sorry, again, this is another product I haven't tried. I do see some people saying that they really enjoy this brand though. And our final day for this week, Saturday, March 25th, another surprise steal from Buxom. Wish I could tell you more. Probably the glosses, right? Probably the glosses. IT Cosmetics CC Cream Illumination SPF 50. I liked this when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I really don't like glitter in my products, and this is definitely a glittery product. It's also full coverage. I think that's always been the thing that's so funny to me about IT Cosmetics CC Cream. It's so high coverage. It brushes for Ulta. Okay, so here's part 2 of all of the IT brushes, and I have quite a few of the ones that are on this day. There are a lot. There's a lot here. So I'll just talk briefly about what I do have. I just talked about the number 132 Airbrush Flawless Complexion. This is a wonderful dual-ended brush. This is my second one of these. Great for, you know, applying your foundation, flip it around and do your concealer. Great brush. The 106 is my secret favorite because, as I've mentioned in a few videos, I like the paddle brush style. I just find it easy to work with. And because it's really thick, you can actually kind of do some buffing with it. I love this brush. I know it's not for everybody, but I do love this application technique. And I use both of these brushes for pressed powders. So the number 108 will give you kind of a lighter coverage. You just kind of, you know, just the tip of it will touch your pressed powder, and so you can kind of diffuse it, whereas the 115, which I used today, will give you a higher coverage because obviously it is all going to touch the powder and pick up a lot of it. Brush preference is personal. Always check out the full list. Benefit's Goof Proof Eyebrow Pencil is back in this sale. I honestly feel like this is a good product. Again, I recently bought another K-Beauty product that is similar to this. I'll show you so we can talk about it. Okay, so here's the deal with these type of brow pencils. It's much larger. You get a larger surface area to work with, and a lot of people don't like that because you don't have as much precision. But what these are actually really nice for is you can just really quickly fill out the center of your brows and get a much more natural look. And one more fantastic feature of these, they last longer. All of those little skinny tip brow pencils all contain such a tiny amount of product. Here, I have a Precisely My Brow. It has 0.0002 ounces of product in it. Very tiny. And I'm looking at the Ulta page right now. The Goof Proof has 0.01 ounces of product for almost the same price. You know, they're always about the same price, but you get so much more with these. Last item for this week is the Exuviance Triple Microdermabrasion Face Polish. Have tried this, do like it. It is a physical exfoliant, but it is one that has really fine particles in it. It's a lot like the Lancer polish, actually. And my friends, that brings us to the end of week number 2. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you're going to be picking up. And that's it for today's video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Don't miss week number 3. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you all next time.